We are live. What's up, everybody? Well, I say everybody. It's Mama Z. We are listening to ourselves on Donald's phone, apparently. Give some folks a few minutes to hop in and all that fun stuff. We actually stopped watching Return of the Jedi in order to do this because we were watching a movie. Oh, Donald's here. Great.
It's funny. I put it in here. It shows up on the TV, then it shows up there.
Yeah. Can you guys hear us okay, or do we need to turn like the fan off or something? Samson Farms is here. Everybody's favorite troll. It's because you're here, dork. Samson Farms' other half, Johnny from Hempstead Humor, had a birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to her.
Well, happy birthday.
Nathan says he can't hear.
Probably because he's on mute.
I wonder if Nathan's just being facetious.
Well, he did say he came here to troll.
That's true. Can you turn your light on over there?
You want my light on?
Yeah, you mind turning your light on?
On.
So you have more light.
Why? Oh my god.
So I can see your pretty face. There you go. Oh, light. You can see stuff.
It shines off my head.
Well, there is that. Facetious him would never be facetious. Yeah. Much better on the light. See? I know what I'm talking about.
Whatever.
Donald just got over the week from hell. Too much light, too much shine. Are you trying to shine it in Nathan's eyes?
Yep. Look at that angle.
So yeah, Donald just got over the week from hell. I let him sleep like what, 10, 11 hours yesterday?
Yeah.
So we're both kind of recuperating because I haven't been sleeping well on his new schedule. He's not sleeping well. But we might be switching to a new schedule.
Again.
I'm trying to remember.
I say might be because we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know for sure. And it's supposed to be next week? 2 weeks?
23rd.
23rd? So we might get a whole new schedule. We'll see. I don't want to shine too much on your head. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It feels later than 10 o'clock. Yeah, they'll be getting, I think he said he got 17 hours of overtime.
Yeah, it was 17 hours.
Yeah.
Days.
So it's all going to bills, but it was needed. I mean, we could have used the money for sure. And then he's doing it again next week, right?
Just one day.
Just one day next week. So yawning. Where could be on? You just woke up. Well, that's cool. We had D&D this morning. That was our night out. And now we've been watching Star Wars and eating pizza on the couch. So that's our date night, I guess. But
I know how to treat my woman.
yeah, I'm the one that woke you up and got the pizza.
I got up. Is that not a treat?
Sure.
I don't understand.
So, what else has been going on in the last week? When is your next free Tuesday evening? So I thought it was this Tuesday that you were doing your thing, but really any of them is fine. So just let me know. Yeah, so let me know when your thing is. Hey, Narrowway Farm. Thank you for stopping by. Have you met Donald? This is my husband. Awesome. So this Tuesday, I will be on Two Families Live, the Tuesday Tech Live, because they are going over, we're going to go over some new updates with Canva, new features that they've implemented in their system for making graphics for your channel. And then actually Thursday, this doesn't have anything to do with Copper Kettle Farms or homesteading, but I'm going to be on a live web show for online moneymakers at 2 p.m. Eastern. I don't have a link to that yet, but it'll be I'll put it out on our social media, and then it's for my business technically, but I'll be going over everything that a business owner should know about their website before they start their online presence. So it's going to be a very bare basics understanding of websites and domain names and things like that. So 2 live shows next week. And then, of course, our Saturday Night Live.
A-okay.
And what else we got going on?
Goats.
Oh, yeah, we haven't gotten the new goats yet. I keep trying to schedule a time with the SPCA to get over there, but every time I schedule, either she's not there or, like, they have surgeries. So, I don't know. We could try to see if they want us to stop by tomorrow or Monday.
You just show it.
But we just got to pick which goats we want from the rescued goats. And I think that we're going to get like 2 or 3 of them, which means we should probably work on extending that space out. So that's coming. Live show for more energy, time, and motivation. Yeah. They, the 2 family ones are great. If you have questions about technology, video editing, creating art for your channel, if you want her to, they do channel reviews on Thursday nights, so they can tell you what they suggest you change on your channels or your thumbnails. That's a good one. So yes, I think a website would be really good for you because, and I think Pinterest, if you're not on Pinterest right now, Mama Z, you really should be. Because I tell you what, the first place I go to look up recipes is Pinterest. And I actually looked up one today because I was going to try to cook dinner, and then I decided I was too lazy. So I ordered pizza, but I always go to Pinterest for recipes. So. And Canva has Pinterest templates. So if you start putting recipes on a website, and then linking to it with these graphics from Canva, I'm just saying. I mean, you want to have pictures of the dishes too, so you still got to cook them and stuff, but. What's up, Heirloom Permaculture? We don't have any specific things we're talking about today, but I probably will mention some stuff that we're kind of keeping an eye on. I'm designing a pantry inventory sheet because we've been working on updating our inventory for any possible food shortages coming up, like food. And then we saw what is that word for that storm that was in Iowa that starts with a D? The
Deadly?
No.
Disastrous?
No, it's a word that neither one of us know.
What?
I forget what it was called. Regardless, I feel like we're going to have some issues with corn shortages lately. So now I'm trying to mentally think through. No. mentally think through, okay, what is it that we use a lot of that's got corn? Obviously chicken feed. I don't know what else. But
Like you're talking about, oh, Jericho?
Jericho?
Jericho? That's the city. It was a storm in Jericho,
Is that what it was?
Is that what you're talking about?
I don't remember now. I have to look. I don't want to look while I'm on the live.
That's what I'm here for.
It might be that's what it was, the city. Thrifty Fiji, hello. Keep the dad jokes to a minimum. Donald's all about dad jokes, so feel free.
I don't know what you're talking about. Stand it.
So, has anybody else had any cool happenings lately? Because we have not, besides just working way too much. We're hoping to get into the garden tomorrow and see how much of a disaster it actually is. Jericho, Derecho? Is that what it's called, Derecho? That's the fast-moving storm. Derecho. Oh, okay.
Oh, is that the name of the storm?
Yeah. They said it's like a hurricane on land. That's crazy. Nathan, you're like the king of dad jokes. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, this derecho, is that something that, I mean, obviously it doesn't happen often, but has it happened in our lifetimes, I assume? It's the first I've heard of it, but it doesn't mean anything. I probably wasn't paying attention when I was like a teenager or something. What else have we had going on? Nathan's trolling. I'll say, I mean, we've been planning some passive income stuff. I came up with another idea I'm going to try out and post on our passive income blog that we're starting. But 𝙒𝘼𝙔𝙎, hello.
That's what it is. It's a line of storms back to back.
Oh. So it on like a hurricane on land.
No, it's not like a hurricane. It has winds that's fast as hurricane.
Oh yeah, so kind of like a hurricane.
But it's not like a hurricane. The hurricane is in a circle. God, don't you know this stuff?
𝙒𝘼𝙔𝙎 says hi, Donald.
Word. This is like a cone.
Donald's obsessing over weather now.
Obsessing over what's happening now.
What else is going on? So my dad's having surgery on the 20th.
That's when I have my other class.
Great. So that day's going to be very fun for me. So dad has, and I think I've talked about this before, he has issues with one of his legs that's complicated by diabetes, but his way asked if you caught up on sleep yet. He did sleep like 11 hours yesterday. And I think like a good amount of hours today, but we've both just been really tired. I took a nap today. I don't know, maybe we're just getting old. Like naps just feel like the best thing ever. So I don't know. Anyway, so this surgery that dad's gone for, he has an issue where his leg does not, due to injury in like the 80s, doesn't get proper oxygen flow. So it's always purple. Kind of like if you were cutting off the oxygen in your finger and it turns purple, it's always like that. And if he gets a cut, because there's no oxygen flow, it doesn't heal. So he's got these unhealing ulcers that, I mean, what did that one last, like 2 years?
And it was like that deep.
Yeah. I mean, it was deep.
In his leg?
In his leg, that deep. So usually we can get him healed with a hyperbaric chamber, which is like an oxygen tank that absorbs through your skin. But he's had one for a while now, and they try different kinds of surgeries to see if they can open up blood vessels, and that's kind of what this one's going to be. It's outpatient. What sucks, though, is he got COVID tested 2 days ago, and went to a wedding. He's at a wedding right now, like literally right now. And I'm just, I don't know. Like, we don't have the test back to know whether it's negative. And then two, you know, what if he got exposed at the wedding and now he's going in for this procedure? And I'm just like done mentally with all of it. So I will be keeping people updated on the 20th as that's going down. His way says he worked one summer on 21 turn, 7 days straight with 2 days off each week on a different shift. That was fun. Oh, that sucks. I used to work at a 24-hour emergency vet and did a couple midnight shifts, but it was not near as bad as what he's doing. And there were some times where I'd have to stay late and take an extra shift, but there was nobody there. Like sometimes I'd fall asleep on the desk or whatever, but yeah, old people. Not all old people. Like my dad's just stubborn. I obviously did not inherit that gene. Oh, he didn't even say anything. I guess he's ignoring me while on the live.
Oh, I'm sorry. You talking to me?
No.
I'm busy typing.
No. You can talk right here.
Well, I can't.
Why?
Because I can only do one thing at a time.
Well, why don't you talk here instead of typing?
You're talking. I don't want to talk over you.
I'm not talking right now.
You were a while ago. So I've started typing. It's taking me that long to type. I haven't finished typing yet because someone interrupted me and distracted me from my goal. Now, whatever I'm commenting about a comment or replying about a comment, it's like 8 comments away. So now it's going to seem weird. Still going to do it.
Well, you are weird, and now you guys get to see what I have to put up with. They're almost ready to put up your fence now. That's exciting. We want to finish ours too, but are you guys seeing a lumber shortage there? Because we've been seeing it here. Oh yeah, I remember that week. That was Hell Week. People chewing their corn any better?
No. Corn or rice.
What were the top 3 things that you find that people flush? It's tampons?
So the top 3 things that people flush that come through the bar screens, which is the first treatment, is tampons, baby wipes, and condoms.
Yeah. I've never wanted to flush any of those things. Tampons or baby wipes or condoms.
And it's funny because they're going to go to the same place. Like we have a dumpster specifically, or it's a deal specifically designed to pull it out and put it in a dumpster to the landfill. So we spend, I think across the country, it's like almost $2 billion taking it to the landfill.
Yeah, if the country could like not flush those things, we could save our infrastructure $2 billion.
There you go, D. You can walk in on that topic. And Samson, there's no, we don't find any more dollar bills. It's a compactor.
Yeah, they have a different system now.
Yeah.
So. But what was the most we found? It was like $100.
$100.
And they pluck it out of, well, at the time they would just pluck it out and they would wash it, disinfect it, and put it back in circulation. And I guarantee you they were not the only wastewater plant to do that. So most likely we've all had our hands on
every
poop money.
Every money that's in circulation has traces of
Fecal
feces and cocaine.
And the feces could be from wastewater or a stripper's butt, maybe. I don't know.
You're welcome.
See, it's educational channel right here.
Education.
But anyway, off the topic of poop.
Yes. Finders Keepers gets suspended. We would go to the Sheets and buy something.
Yeah. Put it in like the gas tank or something. Feces or the cocaine, either one could have come from a stripper's butt. That is true. That is very true.
Touche.
Yeah, we actually, the money we get from selling eggs, most of the time I'll disinfect that too. I'll just spray it down with Lysol because you just don't know. But what else do we have going on? We're about to start prepping the winter garden. So
Invisible vultures.
No, they weren't invisible. We had vultures in the chicken coop this morning. It was open, but once Donald got out there, of course, they were gone. And he thinks I made it up. I'm like, no, they were very big birds. So.
You're actually seeing things.
His way says, it was tempting. I would have loved to have it. Just couldn't swing it right now. Oh, the incubator, yeah.
You don't swing it.
You're talking about Nathan's incubator. He's selling.
Yeah, I know. You don't swing an incubator.
Yeah, we want to get started. We got to start hauling some dirt up to put it, and I got to get a row cover. I might order that soon, or at least see if it's in stock. I've had a hard time finding those too. The first time I tried to order it, they went out of stock.
What?
Row cover for the winter garden.
Like netting row cover or like the plastic row
cover? Fabric row cover.
Fabric.
Hey, Simply Southern Roots. Welcome. What are you planting for your fall garden, Dee? I think we're going to do chard. No. Spinach. Lots of greens. Because he says they are about to completely be debt-free in Pepto Mortgage. That's awesome. I actually bought, I don't know that this would interest you guys or not, but I'll show it to you anyway. I invest in a planner almost every year. I'm a little late this year, but it's called the Start Planner, and it's really well done. I mean, really well done. I'll have to show you guys a link to it or something, but and in here they talk about, you know, goals and things, and they give you a lot of templates for setting up your long-term goals. And one of mine is, I don't know how I'm going to accomplish it, but I want to be completely debt-free and mortgage-free by the time I'm 45. And I just turned 40. So I got 5 years to figure out a way to bring in more money and pay off. I mean, we have like $128,000 left on the mortgage, and then some credit card debt in the truck is all we've got that's debt. So I get to try to pay off all of that in 5 years. That's my goal. And then once that's done, I still have the goal of being a millionaire by the time I'm 50. We'll see. He says, I can get another round of bush beans and zucchini, and I'm doing lettuce, spinach, collards, kale, cauliflower. You know, I might do another round of zucchini and lettuce and spinach as well. I was going to do lettuce and spinach, but I think I will try the zucchini as like a fall garden. I think our first frost is in mid to late October here. I think. I know we can't plant till after Mother's Day. So, and we planted a lot and we just lost so much. So I'm not going to give up. That winter garden is going to be it. You're working on your second million. You gave up on the first. Yeah. I actually, when I was, I'm trying to think, like 30, 32-ish, I was really good. Like I had an 800 credit score. I paid off $20,000 of my dad's debt within a year by myself. I wasn't, like, I was working for a big firm down in Frederick doing websites, but I paid all of dad's debt off. He had no debt. I paid off my car 3 years early. I had a Mustang at the time. We were just doing really good. And then things just got out of hand the last couple of days. So or not a couple of days, but a couple of years. So I'm working on getting my way back up to that point. But I used to have a finance blog. It's still up. I just haven't posted on it in forever. So that is something I'm going to be getting back into as well with the planner. So there's that. What were we going to do for cold frames? We did hay bales this year. Those actually worked pretty good. Slacker. I did slack. I slacked a lot the last couple of years, and that's about to change. Tires is what we've used pretty well before for winter. Like I had year round in a tire for some reason. It did really well. And we still have a bunch of tractor tires around. Dad currently plants flowers in them, but I kind of want to take them back over.
They drag them to random places.
My dad, he puts, like if you have a walkway, like let's say you have a square and you got a walkway in the middle, Dad will put like 5 different things in the walkway just to plant in it. And then you have to do like this weird zigzag. And I'm like, Dad, stop.
Or when he moved the tractor tire.
Yeah.
If he was moving it and moved it down, like pulled it with the tractor,
Yeah.
and then just stopped it in the middle of the yard, and then I think we're good there.
We'll just leave it there.
We can start planting.
But that's how most of the tractor tires are in the yard. They're just in random weird locations. And then we've got the toilet in the yard that he plants flowers in, and the boot, an old boot. Random.
And a bed.
And a bed. The bed I kind of like, but
It's cute,
it could be done better.
Yeah.
But the toilet, it looks so trashy. I don't like driving by my house and be like, is that a toilet?
What is coming out of that toilet? Are those daisies?
You know what you should do is if you have a toilet and you plant in it, you should get something that kind of like mosses over, so it just looks like it's overflowing with green feces.
Is there like a brown moss?
No. I don't know, there might be. I really don't want to make the toilet look like it's got poop coming out of it, though.
Yeah.
No.
It's advertising.
Yeah. 3 toilets in the head of the driveway, yeah. If Dad could get away with it, he would. Dad saves a lot of weird stuff. Trust me. I tried to throw something away. What was it I tried to throw away? And he dug it back out of the trash.
The cushions.
I think it was a VHS. It was
There's
like
lots of stuff.
Yeah, just random stuff that would be mine, like a set of VHS tapes. I don't have a VCR anymore, so I got rid of them because the one place that we were donating to doesn't take them anymore. And next thing I know, he pulls them out of the trash. And I'm like, but you don't watch this kind of stuff. It was like sci-fi or something. With condoms, tampons, and diapers. Ew. Ew. No, thank you. What else has been going on? Not a whole lot. Like, I'm busy with work. He's busy with work. The garden's neglected. The animals are fine. We'll be getting the new goats. We're planting the fall garden.
Roosters.
We are getting some new roosters Tuesday.
Supposedly the first day. It's the first day they'll be here is Tuesday.
And you got, what kind did you get? I forget already.
I got a blue and black, or blue or black, Americana, a black Oshlorp, and a Welsummer.
So we are going to start breeding. We do have a small incubator. We have a brooder.
We have broody hens.
And we have broody hens. So the goal is to try to supply ourselves with our own dual-purpose chickens for meat. We'll still do some Freedom Rangers now and then, but we figured it'd be a little bit more self-sufficient to raise like some 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝙊𝙄 for meat. So we're gonna try it out. Nice. I'm glad you're doing that too. We can kind of like do that together. Ooh, sheep would be fun. We're actually gonna build, or Donald started, but we're gonna finish the fencing around the garden too. Probably, we're trying to think of what order we want to do this stuff in, because we need a greenhouse by February.
We need it all done now.
But the greenhouse doesn't have to be done till February.
Yeah.
I want to move my office back home sooner than later, so that to me is like the first project, and then the fence before we plant, before May of next year. It's just a lot of building. We were thinking about trying to build the she shed that I need so I can move my business back home, but the more I'm thinking about it, it might just be worth it to pay the extra money and have one just delivered, and then we can just finish it, because the time constraint, like we already have a time constraint with just having the garden right now. So having to build a building as soon as possible, I don't think it's going to work. So.
Yeah.
I don't know that we could have sheep here.
No, we couldn't.
But we can have the goats. We can't have too many goats. I mean, we can have some more. If we ever do get that sliver of property behind us, I'll put pigs over there. And you were thinking about getting what kind of pig?
Either the American guinea hog or the Choctaw.
Yeah, I think I want the American guinea hog, but he also likes the Choctaw. So if we ever get that property back there, then we'll get pigs. I think that's about it. Not a whole lot interesting going on over here right now. We do want to start making videos again. Donna wants to do some educational videos on soil building. I want to do some educational videos on herbs. But then finding time to film is always a chore. So.
Well, I'll ask here. So, how many people of the 10 would be interested in soil building videos?
I would think anybody that plants would be interested in soil building. Yeah, we wanted to have bees this year, and that didn't happen at all. Because as soon as the week before we were scheduled to be involved in a beekeeping class is when everything went on lockdown, like the second week of March. The Dirt on Dirt by Donald. See? You've already got a title for your series. I love it. Dee says she's had a hard time with her garden this year. Yeah, our biggest issue with our garden was the rain. We had no rain.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the other thing we want to work on. And that probably should be done before, well, not just rainbows, but like we might have to get like better gutters or something.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get that.
A rain catchment system. And I think we're going to need to do that by May also. So.
It probably won't be focused on how to build the soil for specific crops.
But you could go over the whole nitrogen, calcium formula thing.
Yeah, what I'll go over for the most part will be how to improve your soil structure and add microbe life. Which, by the way, side tip, you add micro life with compost. That's the reason you use compost.
Yeah, it's not to fertilize.
Microbes, not for fertilizer.
Yeah. A lot of people say that you have to add compost to fertilize your garden, but it doesn't fertilize your garden. It adds microbes.
That'll be in the video.
Yeah, we'll put out some videos like that. Hey, J-Love. Yeah, soil is fascinating. We eventually want to save up money to take Elaine Ingram?
Yeah.
soil class, but it's like $5,000.
Yeah.
So I'll let him take it, and then I'll just take it.
We can get it on every now and then. She'll put it on sale for like $3,400.
Yeah. That's part of that whole time when I plan to like be rich. So, yeah. Rabbit poop is great for gardens. Yes, it is. I like it because it breaks down so slow. It's not like hot.
Yeah, it's
poop.
a cold release or slow release.
Goats too. It's just harder to catch the goat poop. I mean, you just put the goats on the garden, but then they eat your garden. So rabbits are a lot easier. You can put them in cages. Yeah. Well, that's why I want to take that class by Rosemary Gladstar, the $250 herb class. I think you and I should do that, Dee. How are you doing, J-Love? Yeah, if I was going to invest $5,000 in the class, I better get some sort of like certification. And I mean, if he took it and he got certified as a, what do they call it, like a soil...
That's a soil
consultant, he could travel all over the country and do that for large operations, which would be kind of cool. And I could go with him, but I'd just like to stay here and take care of the animals. Yeah, we just don't have a barn. Well, that's something we plan to build though, because if we're going to breed, we need a place for the kidding to happen, and we need like a stanchion and all of that. So before we breed any goats, we have to, the goal is to tear down what Dad has built now, which is not going to be easy. He's very attached to his things. He's very much that hoarder mindset, like don't touch my things, don't throw anything of mine out, even if it's trash. So that's something that we struggle with consistently, is convincing him to get rid of things that no longer serve its purpose, so we can build something better to serve a purpose. So the barn is probably gonna have to wait. Yeah, raccoons. I'll tell you what, the easiest way that we found to catch raccoons is with tuna fish or sardines. So if you have a live trap, which is what we use, we put like tuna fish or sardines in there, and usually we'll catch them because it's stinky. Eat more than half your corn and several tomatoes. That sucks. And I've heard that they really like corn. And I read somewhere, it's one of these herb books here. I'll find it for you, J-Love. I just don't remember which one. They were talking about if you plant, what was it?
Corn.
It might have been cucumbers. I think it was cucumbers with your corn, and they crawl up the corn. The raccoons don't like this prickly, and it's helped to deter the raccoon. I think it was cucumbers. I'll double check. Might be worth trying, but I have to find what book I read that in. It was a different idea than what I had normally seen, because we were going to try the Three Sisters this year, and then we never got around to planting corn. So we'll try the Three Sisters next year. But one thing I did read was that if you plant squash or cucumbers with corn, it might help stop the raccoons from climbing up and eating it.
Which is cool, because raccoons are evil.
They are.
They are evil.
They are so cute, but they are my number one predator on the farm. Always have been. Now, if I lived in a more remote area, maybe like coyotes would be an issue more with, I mean, we have coyotes here. They've been seen out back, but they haven't messed with our goats yet. But raccoons, they're the worst. Hello, different. Bonjour. I speak very little French, I'm afraid. Although, who is it? Quebec Homestead. She speaks French. She does some of her videos in French. I like her a lot. Hey, CGM Farms. We are exhausted, but doing well. We've both been fairly busy. Donald, especially. Hi, Johnny from France. I should say bonjour. Donald had like 2 18-hour shifts back to back, which includes a 2-hour commute, one hour there, 1 hour back. And so he got 4 hours sleep each night. So about 8 hours sleep over the course of 3 days. So getting started on the homestead. Hello. When you notice you have a snake and it smells like cucumber, that's why deer and raccoons. Yeah, I know that musty cucumber smell with a snake is often, at least up here, it's the sign of copperheads. That's what they've always smelled like up here. So if you smell that when you're out in the woods, you could be near a copperhead.
Or near cucumbers.
Or near cucumbers. Musty cucumbers. Naturally and says coyotes, opossums, wild hogs are her biggest issue. Yeah. Haven't had an issue with possums. We don't have wild hogs up here. We do have coyotes. Yeah. Dad just got home. But yeah, I think foxes and raccoons are our biggest issue. 4:40 a.m. Wow. Yeah, it's 10:40 p.m. here. You're up early.
Is that Robin from Big Bear?
Yeah. Hi, Robin from Big Bear Homestead. We were just talking about predator control. Sorry, I was catching up on the comments.
I thought you froze, and I'm like, is she freezing in real life?
No. I was thinking about grabbing my guitar, but I'm honestly a little tired. I don't know if I want to sing a song.
Really?
Yeah, it's really. So upcoming, let's see, it's now August, middle of August. I think, is everything getting back to normal in the USA? Absolutely not. Not even close. The USA has multitudes of issues. I won't get into all of them. We had Iowa is like the #1 producer in the country of corn and soybeans, and they just had a massive, what do they call it?
Jericho.
Our channel is mostly countryside, but I will play music occasionally. So, but yeah, Iowa got hit with really bad storms, which wiped out a lot of crops. So we're probably going to deal with some shortages in addition to everything else. Jericho, yeah. Yeah. Which means right in Spanish. Interesting. I did not know that.
Well, that was not right. It was wrong.
It was wrong. Yeah, so the U.S. has it's going to have a lot of issues this year, and honestly, we hear all kinds of really good insight from Jason from Big Bear Homestead talking about we just have to prepare for it because I don't think things are going to get any better here for a while, and he agrees. So it's going to be rough being on American soil for at least the remainder of the year, probably into the spring. So there's that. What? I don't know if any homesteaders got hit, though. Do we know if anybody got damaged during that storm? I haven't paid much attention to the homesteading community lately, so I'm not sure. So you got nothing to do. Yeah, our restaurants were fairly limited. A lot of our gatherings, like HOA, was canceled. I was really looking forward to HOA, but honestly, Donald and I do not plan to go anywhere public for the remainder of the year. Like, we already decided that a while ago. We were going to go to HOA. Like, that was the one thing because it's mostly outdoors, but we're not going anywhere. No gatherings, no restaurants. We'll get carry out because we're still supporting local business, but oh, okay. There was people talking about it. You're from the countryside in France. I bet you it's really pretty in the countryside in France. Where in France are you? Yeah, they're really not. We're like we're social online and we have some friends we hang out with, but honestly, the change with COVID, it didn't change a lot for us. He's essential. He has to go to work, so he's not in danger of losing his job. I own my own business, which has slowed down, but I'm finding ways to bring in more money in other ways. So there's really not, see it his way homestead, there's really not a whole lot that changed. Yeah, if you guys want to support business, obviously supporting the channels, we've got Amazon wishlist, PayPal in the description. If you wanted to support our channel, a lot of channels have those type of support systems. If you know anybody that needs a website or video marketing, it doesn't have to be homestead. It can be anybody that owns a business. Maybe they want to get into social marketing. Maybe they want a video commercial promo for their company, or they want a website or search engine optimization for like Google. My business, I'll type it for you guys. This is my business. That's what I do for a living. So that's one way you can support us, is if you just know somebody that needs that kind of work done, just send them my way. Yeah, we definitely weren't affected with the stay at home. I mean, one thing we did like to do was go out to the movies. But we have Amazon Prime, so we buy all our movies anyway through that, so we can watch them anywhere. And we liked going out to eat, but I wasn't married to the restaurant. I could eat the restaurant food at the house. So someone's asking about going to the Heartland. We're not going because we're not planning to go anywhere. Really, the only thing we had budgeted and had time off for was HOA. Donald's work is short-staffed right now, so he actually can't take off easily at all. So we're probably not even going to Texas to visit his family this year. And we usually go once a year. And then with all the restrictions and everything. So we have no plans to do anything else the remainder of the year, unfortunately. You know what we should do, though?
What's that?
Do a virtual, I mean, HOA is going to go virtual, but why can't we do like a virtual homestead chat or something and have speakers and stuff? I mean, we could do that, right?
Okay.
Kind of like over the winter when things are died down.
Like the virtual festival?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
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 Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if anybody's interested, let me know.
Yeah.
You're trying to make me spill on myself live.
Maybe.
All right.
I
Well,
pick on her too much.
maybe have it be like a homesteaders hub thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have our own little virtual festival. Stop.
What?
You're being weird.
Baby. Don't you even start. Don't you start. That is on camera. In my breasts.
And his breast says, "Hey, Matt." We got those at Dollar General. We got 2 of them. Oh, I have more bullets. He's the one that bought them, by the way. And he bought them so he could shoot me with them. Little did he know back in the day when I was working for
Are you loading up another
a
one?
digital agency, I was
What the hell are you
known
doing?
as the Annie Oakley. That's what we should do. Have a live Nerf battle. Yeah, we have a couple. This one's only a one-shot load, though. I like the ones where I can just do the Rambo, the
Spray and pray.
spray and pray. Because that's what I do when we play Call of Duty. Yeah. I think Nerf battles, if I ever did have an office where I had employees come in, like right now my office is just me. All my employees work remote, but if I did have an office with employees,
Your office is what?
it's just me.
What was the hand signal you were doing?
This was my hand signal.
That was not.
Then I would make Nerf battles a priority at the business.
I think we're looking at you.
Yeah, I could see Mama Z and Keith going at it with Nerf guns, especially on their lives when they start getting rowdy on their lives. I could see one of those Nerf bullets landing in the dish that you're cooking, though.
And then all hell will break loose.
Oh, yeah. You thought you saw Mama Z angry before. Wait till Keith puts a Nerf bullet in her food. I'm actually surprised Court hasn't chewed on the bullets.
No.
He's hiding the bullets from me now.
Yeah, right
I know where more are. It's all good.
Maybe I'm busy
What are you busy doing?
watching us.
You're busy watching us on your phone when you could be watching us right here. Or on the TV even.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work well at all, did it?
I don't want to hurt you.
Oh, okay. Let me load up my gun.
I didn't want to hurt you. Oh, okay. Let me kill you.
Cleaning out the chicken brooder. Yeah, we're about to clean ours out because the new roosters we got are small, so we're going to put them in the brooder for a little while. But we, I guess now we'll have to move that other larger chicken coop out of the way so we can put them in there once they get medium sized.
I'm eventually going to move it over there.
I guess the garage.
No, at the back of the garden, facing the garden.
Oh.
So that's where I'll put the breeding chickens, and they can go into the garden.
Oh, okay. And we also have our chicken tractor that we had the meat chickens in, and we would just rotate them around the yard.
There'll be another breeding pair. They'll be on this end of the garden.
Yeah. Can't wait till we get it fenced in. Right now, we just take 8-foot T-posts and we put them all down around the garden. I mean, it's probably what, like 10 of them, maybe.
Yeah.
And then we get the deer fencing, that black netting, and it's like 8 foot high. And we zip tie that all around the garden until one end where we just wrap it around a piece of wood to close it. But that's the only thing that we found that we can do affordably to keep the deer out of the garden. So
Until we build the fence.
until we build this fence, but it's just T-posts and black netting, and it works. I mean, we have not had issues with them getting in the garden at all. Now, we have had issues with rabbits in the garden. It doesn't keep them out. His new fence that he's building will be to the ground and keep them out. And then, of course, I start geeking out on all of the decor. Like, we want solar lights, and I want to have, like, hanging baskets, and I want to paint it. I still want to paint the chicken coop.
I
But
still got to finish the chicken coop.
yeah, we got to put a roof on the one side. Right now, it's got a tarp on it. Hey, Mindful Homestead. We're just about wrapping things up. It's kind of a low-key live. We weren't really expecting a lot of people. being so late, and then we didn't really have any topics of discussion. But chicks for sale of some harder to find breeds, but that's going to require some building projects. Yeah, I would love to do that as well, because I definitely feel like, what was it you were watching the other day that said people were paying more attention to homestead channels on YouTube now than they were before?
It was an article. I forgot what article it was. Washington Post, I think, had an article about it.
Mm-hmm.
Washington Times, Washington Post, one of the two.
And it basically just said that people are getting more interested in homesteading and watching homestead channels, which is why we kind of want to start putting videos out again, even though we haven't. Again, we're not doing this to make money, so I'm not worried about being monetized, because it's, I think I went on this whole rant last week, but basically, I don't think anybody should rely on YouTube to be their source of income for their homestead, because most people aren't going to make that much money doing it. So we're not worried about being monetized. If we get monetized, great, but we're using this as a tool to promote our other activities, whether it's the farm or teaching people. If we do like an educational seminar here in person, like that kind of stuff, that's kind of what we're here for. Yeah, and if you can do videos talking about the different breeds on your channel to support selling your breeds, that's what YouTube is here for. That's what social networks are here for. They're here to promote, educate, entertain, and engage with people. As far as businesses go, that's actually a pinnacle concept that I developed with my business. I call it the Misfit 3 E's. And it's basically that everything you do on social media for your business, it should follow an 80-20 rule, where 80% of what you talk about on your social media channels should be something that is of value to the user, the people following you. And then the other 20% is where you actually promote your business. And then the stuff that you should post should be of the 3 E's. It's to be educational, entertaining, or engaging. So you're either having a conversation and developing relationships with your customers, or you're educating them, which is what we're all doing in these YouTube channels for these homesteads, or you're being entertaining, which it could be still part of the educational process. It could be, storytelling. It could be music. I mean, I'm still working on the details of it, but I've been trying to brand that concept. And I might actually put like a book out on it or something, but your face is a proxy social interaction.
Read what he said.
Top. This is just my proxy social interaction. Yeah.
Your face is a proxy social.
Your face.
The jokes aren't funny if I have to explain them.
𝙒𝙖 family farm.
Well.
Yeah, we miss a lot of our in real life friends too. Matt, the KDMT, he and his wife just had a baby in March, and we have yet to meet the baby, and we were really looking forward to it. So that's kind of the sucky part of everything, is we're the people that are really close to us in person. I feel like we're missing out on important interactions, like meeting a new baby stuff. You tried being educational. Everybody says I was just funny as heck. Well, funny is part of it. Like, to me, education should be fun. And if you can make it funny, even better.
Or it's boring.
Like, Donald, one of his classes that he had here this week was an 8-hour class?
It's an 8-hour class about solids handling.
About solids handling for his wastewater. And he let me listen to a little bit of it. And I swear almost every other word the guy was saying was It was like he was reading out of a book.
He literally was.
And that was not, I mean, it might have been educational, but it was not entertaining. And that if I tried to move that into a social media platform, it would not do well at all.
And it was monotone too.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like, this is just my
read the back of that.
financial empowerment from the #1 New York Times best-selling author.
Yeah, that's what his class sounded like.
Of you're a badass. That's what the class was for 8 damn hours.
Yeah. So
and I'm already tired, so I'm just going.
And part of what I've had to learn and I think having YouTube has helped me with this, having a channel, is Donald said I used to be very monotone when I record stuff, and I'm probably still am.
Not as not as bad.
Not as bad. I've
Like
tried to
you're
work
a little
on it.
monotone, but not like when you first started.
Yeah.
You got a lot better.
So my goal is like when I have regular conversations with people, you have these ups and downs in your voice, and you're adding, you know, personal insight and stories and stuff into what you do. But when you're nervous on the camera, which is what I tend to do, you get very monotone, and you don't want to do that. So Matt says it's a complicated thing for me because I usually can't stand when someone links me a YouTube video as an educational thing. Yeah. And the issue with YouTube or Google or is you don't know the person's credentials. They could just be spouting bullshit.
Yeah.
And there are like, if there's anything that we've learned in social media this entire year with everything going on, is that people like to spout bullshit and they think they're telling the truth and they're not. So I want some citations. I want to know where you got this information. So, because less like real thing when it's someone talking to a camera instead of writing.
I can write it and then read it to the camera.
Yeah, I think that'd be worse.
No.
Now, are you saying like you would prefer learning from a book rather than a video? I assume. I do plan to write some books. Actually, one of the things in that planner that I was talking about.
That's the case, then he's an audio learner.
Well, there are people that prefer podcasts. I mean, Amy from A Farmer's Kind of Life has a very popular podcast. I love her podcast, and her voice does the engaging part. It's not just monotone, which I like. But one of the things I do plan to try to do in the next year is actually write a book. I don't know what it's going to be on. I've got 21 book ideas written down in their own separate documents, so I could take notes. A lot of them, like, it was spawned from discussions I was having with you or had a dream about it. And I always get, like, I keep a book next to my bed so I can write it down. But I'm like, this would make a good sci-fi story, or this would make a really good, useful book for my business. Or so I'm trying to figure out ways to be more self-care oriented lately, because I have not been. I don't sleep well. I haven't been eating well. I haven't been working out. I'm constantly tired. And that's probably also contributing to the fact that our garden's not doing well, because we're not doing as much to pay attention to it as we should be. That and the rain. And I think it's important that we find ways to care for ourselves better and be nicer to ourselves. So one of the things I want to do is write a book, spend time reading. I have not read a book in forever. I just do reference materials anymore. I haven't read a fantasy novel probably 8 years. I mean, I used to love to read. Donald's been reading. I love that he's been reading. You know what I'm reading right now, though? I'll show you guys. This is how boring I am as a person. That's what I'm reading.
What is that?
It's called The 4-Hour Workweek. It's one of the #1 productivity books out there, naturally. Of course, that's what I'm going to go to read. But spending time to read, spending time to play music, writing. I used to love writing and journaling. I used to blog all the time, and I haven't been doing it. Dee says she likes the combo of those learning styles. Yeah, I'm the same way. I like a combo. I definitely am a hands-on learner. I would rather learn in person with someone showing me than reading a book. I can settle for video if I have to. I've learned quite a few things doing that. Like when stuff broke on our car, like we would watch a video on how to fix it, like that kind of stuff. It just seems like yelling at a camera is a lowest effort way for people to try to convince people of things. Yeah, I can understand that. So, but be funny, be entertaining, and most importantly, the best thing that I can, if you wanted one tip for marketing in general, and this is coming from a marketing professional, is you just want to be yourself. If you're being fake or nervous or reading a book, people can tell that. If you're being authentic to who you are, and all of the flaws and funny and mess ups, like that's what sells somebody, is if they can relate to you and be like, oh, this person isn't trying to be perfect or a know-it-all, they're just a person that's really knowledgeable and putting this information out there, they're more likely to connect with you. So that's something I try to, we definitely keep all of our flaws in our videos on our channel. So I respect the channel more that does that than someone that tries to be perfect at everything, because you can relate better. Who was it that one said you can fake authenticity, you've got it made. Once you can fake authenticity. I don't know, it sounds like it would be like a, not a Gary Vee thing, because Gary Vaynerchuk's very much about being authentic.
Yeah, not fake it.
But I don't know who would have said that. So.
Was it you, Matt?
Was it you, Matt? Yeah, Mama Z, offer value. And that's another thing I try to talk about when I talk about that misfit 3 E's concept, the educational, engaging, and entertaining, is if I'm following, let's say, Pepsi on social media, for some reason I'm following them on Facebook, if all they're doing is trying to sell me Pepsi, I'm not going to follow it. I could pick up Pepsi anytime I want. I don't follow them for that. I follow them because they're doing something entertaining. They're giving me incentive through discounts or giveaways, which is a form of entertainment, or they're providing me some sort of value, or they're actually talking and engaging with people. So you can be the biggest brand in the world. If you're not providing one of those 3 things, you're not going to be doing well on social media. Jayla's like, but I try to do everything perfect. Yeah, it's hard. He's a Virgo, so he's very much a perfectionist. I'm the type of person, as long as it gets done, then I'm fine with it. It doesn't have to be perfect. And there's times where I will rush through things. And he's like, no, you got to do it right, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you can do it right. I'm just going to get it done. So that's the difference in our personalities.
I'm of the mindset, if you're going to do it right.
And I'm of the mindset, if I'm going to do it, I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to like spend hours trying to make sure it's perfect. As long as it's done. Here's the thing. And this might not be the best analogy for it. If your passing grade in high school is a C plus, then the person that passes with a C plus and the person that passes with an A plus, they both pass the same class. So obviously you want to strive for the A plus, but if all you can do is a C plus, you're still passing. So that's my mindset with it. Yeah, YouTube is not about you, it's about your viewer. And your viewer wants to know you. They don't want to know what you think you know. Yeah, Goofy. Well, that getting started on the home said that's exactly what built the foundation of TikTok. What?
Matt.
What do you say? There's a good quote I heard the other day. Any fool can build a bridge that stays up, but only an engineer can build a bridge that barely stays up.
And that's the stuff engineers do. Like for the wastewater plant, the construction that they just finished, the engineering that they went into, you look at it and you just like, what? Why did you do it this way? Like they engineered for some flow, right? They engineered hoses or spray nozzles to push the flow down with gravity. But they angled them up river, up flow, to push it down. Like, it's like, that's why I'm not an engineer.
Yeah. Heaven Essentials, welcome. Yeah, we're kind of just talking about being authentic on channels and marketing, I think, a little bit.
Keeping it real.
Keeping it real.
Keeping it 100.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There's a concept. Keep it 100. Actually, I should make that a t-shirt design.
Yeah.
So, that mindset is useful for social media. You don't just want to get your brand out there. You want to do it with the bare minimum of effort.
Well, I mean, that's That's the same concept that a lot of people have with I want wine for beer prices.
Yeah, marketing is not easy. If marketing was easy where anybody could do it and do it well, then everybody would making a lot of money, because you can make a lot of money on social media. Yeah. And I do have clients of mine that I think my main flaw with the way I designed my company was I wanted it to be a company that could give agency style service for small business prices. And I shot myself in the foot there, because I don't make a lot of money, because all my clients are small businesses and they don't have a lot of money. So they get a lot more for the value. So I'm rethinking a lot of those concepts as well. And that people aren't paying for my time, they're paying for my experience. So.
And that goes to the you get what you pay for kind of thing. Like, if you want something valuable, you got to pay the value of it.
Yeah. I've had clients, they want to pay me $50 for a website. They want to pay me $50 for search engine optimization. They want to pay me $50 a month to maintain their social media. And I'm like, honestly, if you want me to do 40 hours a week, like I might need my calculator for this, 40 hours a week of work that would normally cost $50 an hour, but you only want to pay $200 a month for it, then
it's $2,000.
Right. But if they wanted 40 hours a week for $200 a month, what's that? How many hours? How much hours? What's my salary? My hourly salary for that? Like $6 an hour or something? $5 an hour? $5 an hour. Like, you can't pay someone that has that much experience doing social marketing $5 an hour and expect to get $40, quality work. And I do have clients that they want me to do 40 hours worth of work per week for them, marketing their company, but then they want to pay me $200 a month. Why would I work for them for $5 an hour? Honestly. So people don't understand the value of that. And that's something I need to work on, is explaining the value of social marketing or whatever other services I provide as a company. And I have a hard time doing that, because to me, I know what the value is. Explaining it to people that don't, I'm like, why can't you see? I feel like I'm getting way off topic right now. I notice sometimes authenticity disappears when the channel grows larger. Yes. That I've noticed quite a bit. Like, we've watched some of the bigger homestead channels, and I'm not going to call out Justin Rhodes. I will say Justin, I liked it better before he went full professional, but honestly, he did everything absolutely right to grow a business out of what he was doing, because he makes good money to take care of his family. And that's honestly what people should strive to do if they really want to make this a business. I don't really want to make this a business at all. I don't find as much joy in creating videos as I do, I don't know, educating people. It's like, if I can do that in person, I would rather do that. But people give him a hard time because he got so big, and it did change. I don't enjoy the videos as much anymore, but there are still people that pay him to do that. So he, to me, did everything right, because he made a living out of it. Now, there are other channels that got really big, and I'm like, it became more of, if they were doing it to make it a business, that's one thing. If they were doing it to create an ego, that's where I draw the line. I don't watch for people's egos. And there have been incidents that I've seen or heard about through the grapevine of large homesteaders, like, they aren't really doing what they say they're doing. They're just doing it for the camera. And that sucks, because when you find that out, it's like you've had them up on this pedestal of, these guys are great and I love learning everything they're teaching. And then you find out that everything has been a farce, and you're like, well, damn it. I'm not going to name names of who I'm talking about there, but some of them are some big name channels. Not all of them. I feel like the Stivers are extremely authentic. I love them to death. YouTube is more about funny marketing and then family. Yeah. I mean, people like to be entertained. if TikTok has taught us anything, it's that short, small, funny videos have a lot more value than people think. And a lot of people give TikTok a hard time, but honestly, Donald and I, we watch TikTok all the time and get a lot of value out of it. I've learned so many business ideas from TikTok in the last 3 months than I ever did off of YouTube. And we're going to try some of them out. They're going to be part of that passive income blog that I'm starting. I find just funny quips of videos entertaining. The dog videos, like I'm a big fan of the dog videos, but that's what people like. They have short attention spans. So if you can put everything down in a 1 to 3 minute video, I mean, there's value in that. TikTok's a great place to be. Now, whether or not it'll still be here in a month, we don't know. But yeah, YouTube is very popular with kids. I think they did a lot of things to kind of change the foundation of YouTube around to kids. But there's a lot of money in marketing to kids too. Toy reviews, and I don't know how many kids in our local community that come over all the time. They're just constantly watching people play video games. And I'm like, that would bore me, but I guess for kids, it makes sense. Kids love watching animals. That's why homesteading channels, honestly, I think homesteading channels get big because of kids, not because of adults, because the homesteaders in our community, it's a very finite number of people. Like, there may be a couple thousand homesteaders, but I guarantee you the rest of them are not homesteaders. It's like kids that want to watch animals or really enjoy someone's personality. Like Justin Rhodes was very much talking in a way that I felt like it was for children, but I enjoyed it. I didn't feel like he was being condescending about it. He was just marketing to children, and it worked. Seems like the initial expenditure will generate more value than later expenditures and then pick up again when it gets really up there. Yeah. Mama Z used to watch WoW videos, yeah. I can't think if there's any game that I watched. Donald actually started streaming for a little while and then stopped. I thought about streaming some gaming, like as a couple, gaming together. React videos are major right now. Donald loves watching react videos.
I love watching reaction videos.
And it literally is the formula of people being authentic. It's you watch this song for the first time that you've never heard before, and we're going to watch you react to it. I mean, you can't get any more authentic than that. So gaming is mostly on Twitch because Mixer, Microsoft quit Mixer, but it's also on YouTube.
Well, it's on YouTube. It's also on Facebook.
Yeah.
I think they're actually switching Mixer to Facebook.
Yeah. So Facebook's big for gaming, Twitch, and then, I mean, YouTube is still very big for gaming. Yeah. YouTube really dropped their payments, I think. From what I understand, you make a lot less money on YouTube than you used to. I know there's a lot of young kids, a lot of Generation Z that are making tons of money on Twitter right now. So I think that if you can do live video on Twitter, so you probably could stream video games, but I don't think people are there for that. I think I would stick to Twitch and YouTube if I was going to, and Facebook if I was going to do video games. But if you can live stream on Twitch, not Twitch, TikTok, you can make some good bank there. Mama Z's been watching videos on the camera she wants to buy, yeah. Yeah. There's so, I know people give millennials and Generation Z a hard time, and I can understand why. They do some dumb stuff, like Tide Pods, but they are probably some of the most inventive people for being able to make money online with very little effort. And I can't fault them for that. If I knew about this when I was in high school, I would have done it. Definitely would have done it. So I think we should actually look to them for guidance on that kind of stuff. Like, what are you doing that's attracting people to pay you money to do these things? Yeah, that's the big thing that we like about our channel getting started is we've made some really amazing connections. All of my moderators here are some of the best people that I've ever known. And I wouldn't trade that for anything. Starting this channel, no. Starting this channel was I guess initially we started it to see if we could make something of it, but it was worth every moment to get the friendships that I've developed with Mama Z, Naturally NC, J Love, Big Bear Homestead, Two Family Homestead, Yellow Rose Homestead. I mean, these are quality people, and these are relationships that are going to last forever. And I want to continue building that. I like the relationships. That's why we have the channel. Now, it's still going to be an avenue for supporting our activities and, you know, people that want to get to know us as a farm. If he ever starts his compost business, it'll be to promote that. So
I don't even know if I'm going to do that.
yeah, this is like our version of the real world. The real word, Gettysburg. I always try to do as much research as I can on products that I want to buy. Yes, I do too. And there's so many. I'm constantly like, I don't know how many planners I've gone through before I found this one that I really like. And I honestly want to try some others to see if there's even another one I really like. But I like to do an incessant amount of research first. Probably too much.
I'm an impulse buyer.
Which is weird because you're very analytical and you take the time and detail to complete projects, where I'm an impulse project completer, but we're the exact opposite when it comes to shopping.
I'm like,
yeah, weird.
I'll do it. Yeah, it is weird.
I would think that you would be more the analytical, researching products before buying, but no. I like to save money.
And I want it now.
Yeah, we're probably going to end things up anyway. Usually we only try to go to 11, but you guys kind of got me talking, and it was a good topic. Like, for a while, I felt like I didn't know what I was going to talk about tonight, but you got me into the whole marketing and stuff. So
you got her rolling.
You got me rolling.
They see me rolling. They hate you.
All right, so we'll start wrapping things up. I usually try to pick a channel that's been here.
What about me?
No. To promote. Who stuck around all day today?
Mama Z.
Mama Z was here the whole time. Yeah, let's give Mama Z some love. So Mama Z recently hit her 1,000 subs and got monetized. And she is not necessarily a homesteading channel, but she's a cooking channel, and we all like food and we all like good food. So, you know, check out Mama Z. She is currently trying to figure out a solution to move where she's at now to the family farm up in North Texas. Right now, she's closer to Houston.
I recommend a truck.
You can yell at him on Marco later, Misty, if you want. It's fine. So, you know, whatever we can do to support her channel to help them. Oh, you're not moving now? Oh, I thought you were.
I still recommend a truck.
Well, I thought she was moving to North Texas. Regardless, thank you, Two Family Homestead. I will see you guys on Tuesday. Tuesday's live with Two Family. I'll be there helping you guys work on some graphic design for your channels. And Thursday I will be online. I'll have to get the information out for that, for a online moneymaker TV show that's live. So I'll be online a lot this week. But I will see you guys next Saturday. We will try to get out another video this week. We'll see if that happens. But I'm not that worried about it. So, okay. I might have missed the Marco updates on that. Regardless, go support Mama Z's Texas Kitchen. They do good food. We'll see you guys next Saturday. Take care.
Peace.
You have to hold the fingers up permanently.